Hey everybody, what's up? It's Alex over at Monroe Laser Engraving, and today we're talking all about brass. We're going to do two different brass marks today with two different settings on two different projects. The first one we're going to do is a really dark brown, almost black mark that you can use for like nameplates. It gives great contrast. It's a really nice deep engraving. Second, we'll be doing a light, gentle, bright, elegant mark on some Zippo lighters. They're two totally different ends of the spectrum, but they're both brass. They're both done with the fiber laser. We've got a lot to cover today, so we're going to jump right into it. I'll see you guys over there. So we're jumping right into this with the dark mark on brass. We're going to do the dark mark on brass first, and we've got our brushed brass plate here. We are in normal focus, so optimal focus point, no focal tricks today. And we've got a nice 3" by 1" box lit up with our tag centered in the middle. So that's all we're doing over here, and we will go ahead and jump over to EasyCAD to do the rest. Alright guys, so we're in EasyCAD. I have my 3x1 box here that's 76 by 25 millimeters, and I'm just gonna go ahead and Control V to paste in my artwork and Shift C to center it up. You may need to import it with the import button, and that can be found right here. And we're gonna go ahead and hatch this with just our standard Monroe laser hatch, so group, hatch, and OK. And we'll come down here and actually look at our hatch settings real quick. So two hatches, hatch 1 and hatch 2, opposing 45, so 45 degrees and negative 45 degrees, and the standard Monroe laser line distance of 0.025. So that'll do everything we need as far as getting things hatched. So next up, the parameters. We'll come over here and uncheck use default and jump into our library, and we're going to find a very specific setting, brass black deep. It's not exactly brass, but it's going to get us really close, and the finished look is really nice. So we'll come over here and examine that real quick. A speed of 127, a power of 100. That's actually outdated. You should never really use 100 power because it can degrade the lifespan of your laser source. So we're going to go ahead and change that to 90, and a frequency of 50. So 127, 90, and 50 should get us where we want to go. Just to be safe, we'll hit apply just to make sure everything is exactly the way we want it to be. And then if you need to, you can cut this out and hit light on the laser. Just make sure that your plate is centered up, and if it is, we will jump over there and go ahead and mark it. So we'll get that marked and get this mark going. Alright, we are all set up here. We'll go ahead and just confirm our focus real quick with our focal stick, and yep, just barely touching, so that's perfect. And now all that's left to do is mark. So we'll come over here to the keyboard and hit F2, and we'll mark this thing. And we're done. If you have more of these to do, don't touch this one because it's going to be super hot. Brass is not very good at getting rid of that excess energy, so it's going to take a few minutes to cool down. Use something like your focal stick to just push it to the side, then you can line your next piece up and continue on. But over here, we're done. This is looking pretty good, but it can be better. So what we need to do now is just get this cleaned up. So that's going to be our next step. So we'll move over to our finishing table and we will get this cleaned up and look in the way that it should. So we've given our plate proper time to cool down and we're ready to clean. We just need a toothbrush, a rag to get rid of some of the excess oil, and some 3-in-1. This is 3-in-1 machine oil. I use it on a lot of different metals, especially the brushed metals, which will keep things from scratching up and give us a nice finish on there. So all I'm going to do is just add a dot or two of this right onto the plate. See if we can get it to, I'm trying not to over squeeze it. Yep, and there it goes. So made a big mess, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and turn this to the side, and we're just going to brush with the grain of the metal. So we'll go in here and brush this. And you can see already the difference between how fat this looks from all the debris and dust, and how our nice text is already starting to shine through there. We're getting a really good look at it. So we'll go ahead and just finish brushing this off, make sure we get all the corners, get everything evenly. It's really important you stay with that grain, or the little bits of brass dust are going to scratch the surface of this in a noticeable way. So once that's done, we get rid of our toothbrush. This is why we have the rag. We'll just mop up this extra. And then again with the grain, and we're just gonna come in here, wipe that excess oil off. And then the last thing I like to do is just give this a quick wipe on literally denim, my jeans, because my jeans don't have any oil on them and this rag is soaked. So let's just give this one final wipe off here and we should be good to go. So I'm literally going to take this here in my hand, and again with the grain I'm just going to take it once straight across. Seriously, I mean, it's not the fanciest thing here, but that's going to give us a really nice finish on this. So one more time, just get that excess oil off, one swipe, and one more on the front there because I touched it with my hand again, and that is looking really sharp. Now I know it's not black, but it's really close, and it's deep, so it's not going anywhere. We've got a great dark finish on that metal, and it's gonna last a really long time and look really nice. So with that done, we can go ahead and move on to our light mark for the Zippo lighters. So we'll jump back into EasyCAD and set that file up real quick and talk a little bit about how to get the lighter, more elegant mark for brass. So again, just a quick overview of our setup over here. We've got our Zippo lined up, and it's looking really nice, really straight. We have a line in here for the divider between the top and the bottom of the Zippo. So we can jump over to EasyCAD and just make sure our settings are right, and then we can run this guy. So here's that outline we were using for the Zippo, and that'll look good. So we'll go ahead and paste our other stuff back in here. Here's the text that's going on it, so we can go ahead and get rid of these outlines. And we're doing quite a few other Zippos today, but we'll just be doing one for the video, so we can cut that out as well. And there's what's left over, and we can light that one more time. And that looks just about perfect. And we're ready to get some settings. So we'll uncheck use default and open our parameter library. And for this one, we're just going to be using my brass general setting. It's very close to the aluminum setting. It's a little gentler, not quite as rough. So if we open this up, we'll see 1500 speed, 50 power, 25 frequency. Again, our line distance isn't changing in the hatch over here, so we can come look at this. Same thing, hatch 1, hatch 2, both enabled, opposing 45, so 45 degrees and negative 45 degrees. And that constant line distance of 0.025. So now that that's all squared away, we can go ahead and mark this. So here's our Zippo, and we'll just go ahead and hit F2 to mark. Now that was one pass. I usually like to do 2 to 3 for this, so we're going to go ahead and do 2 more. Now this looks okay, but we can clean this up even more, and I'm going to hop back into EasyCAD one more time to show you how we're going to do that. So without touching our piece, back in EasyCAD here, we're going to open up the parameter library, and we're going to grab this steel white finish. This is great for adding a nice bright finish to whatever it is that you're engraving. You get a pretty close to white on steel with it. With the brass, we'll get like a nice golden yellow. So that's 762 speed, 25 power, and 45 on the frequency. Again, we're not changing anything in the hatch settings. That's all the same stuff we've been using this entire time, so we can leave that alone. So one last time, back over to the laser bed to wrap this up. And here we go with that steel white finish setting. Just one pass is good. And here we go. This is our final mark right here. We'll just go ahead and give it a quick wipe off. We're going with the grain of the Zippo there, just to make sure we don't add any scratches to it. And now we've got that really bright nice looking brass finish on there that you can see from a mile away, and the customer is going to be really happy with this. So now I've got 4 more to do, but this one came out great. That's looking really, really good. And there you have it, guys. That's how you mark brass with a fiber laser. You get a really, really nice dark mark, and you also get a really nice, elegant, lighter mark. And they're both going to work great for you for a variety of situations, just depending on what you want to get done. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you got value out of it, consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're interested, the notification bell so that you get notified the next time we post a video. If you'd like to support the channel further, check out our Patreon. We get new patrons all the time, and it's been really exciting to watch that grow, along with our Discord server, which is really exploding. We've got way more members than I thought that we were going to have, at this point. And people are talking and sharing jobs that they're working on and sharing parameters and things like that. And it's been really great to kind of spearhead that community. It's really taking off. I'm super impressed. So if you want to join us over there, go ahead and click the link in the description for that. And as usual, lastly, got to do the plugs. Brilliance Laser Inks down there in the description. Great for getting black marks on just about every material with fiber and the CO2. And also the Adobe link to get started with Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. It's the best way to prepare your graphics for laser work, whether you're working with raster graphics or vectors, whatever. Adobe is really and always has been the industry leader there. So check those links out below. Finally, any gear that you happen to see in this video, I don't think we used that much today, maybe just some microfiber cloths, but all of my gear that I use in my shop is available with the kit.co link down in the description. So go ahead and click that. It's got the lasers, it's got the lenses, it's got the little tools and the knickknacks and just about everything that we use here at the shop. So that's it. That's all I got. And I will cook up a new video for you guys to share even more information here really, really soon. But until then, I gotta go. I got a ton of work to do here at the shop, but I will see you next time. See ya.